Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful God-filled, God-blessed day. I just wanted to sit down and just share a gift that I got for my birthday recently. I got this beautiful bamboo from my mom and stepdad. And as I was looking at it, and my mom never knew this, but I've always wanted a bamboo plant. I don't know, call me super corny or weird or whatever, but it was just something that I've always been fascinated with. I love them so much. I just never purchased it because honestly, I was like, who's funding this journey? Who's doing it? And I don't have a green thumb. I legit killed already dead things. So, I mean, the struggle is all the way real. But I was so appreciative of this, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I love this. And I thought like she knew that, and she's like, no, I didn't know, I just saw it and I thought of you, picked it up and I bought it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I love it. Anyways, so as I was looking at the plant and trying to figure out how to take care of it so that it survives, it's pretty big. I hope you guys can see it. It's like all the way tall. It's like really tall. But yeah, so I was looking at it, and then as I was staring at it, the Lord just brought to my remembrance, like there was like this thing that I had heard about with bamboos, Chinese bamboo specifically, where it takes 5 years for it to show any signs of growth or anything like that. So I just wanted to read this like quick story about the bamboo, and some that are familiar with it, it's cool. But I just felt like there was an analogy here that I wanted to share, and I thought it was like super deep, so here I am doing what I do. Anyways, so it says the story of the Chinese bamboo. Like any plant, the Chinese bamboo tree requires nurturing water, fertile soil, and sunshine. In its first year, we see no visible signs of activity. In the second year, again, there's no visible signs of activity, no growth above the soil. The third year, the fourth year, the same. Still nothing. Our patience is tested, and we begin to wonder if our efforts will ever be rewarded. And then finally, in the fifth year, behold, a miracle. We experience growth, and what growth is. The Chinese bamboo grows 80 feet in just 6 weeks. So I just wanted to share that story, and it's something that I just found online, simply because sometimes you're looking for that immediate growth. You're expecting like all the labor and effort that you're putting towards whatever it is that you're interested in this season. You're looking for like the dividends right away. But no, sometimes it takes more time and effort. And I liken that analogy to my experience with cancer. The first 8 years, there was nothing. There was a lot of things going on internally. There was a lot of upheaval of shedding of hurts and angers and bitterness and resentments that I had in my heart with the first journey. And I see that now that I'm in my second journey with cancer, that I've grown so much. I've learned so much. A lot of the things that have been done behind the scenes, underneath the ground, underneath the soil, within this vessel, has been unseen. And over time, people would see the change, because I feel like before I was a very closed off person, super private, and I am kind of private now too, but the difference is I'm not hiding stuff intentionally just because out of fear that I'm going to be judged or persecuted or whatever. I strategically do things now in order to protect my space and protect my privacy, yes, but I share because it is so important to share with the world what is going on. Without realizing it, I put myself in a position of representation. And I think that it's super important that we talk about that and have conversations around representation and how important it is to see different color bodies and spaces, and how important it is to visualize what is possible when you put yourself in that space and share what you're going through, share your experiences, have that dialogue, have that conversation. But it took me that first journey of being, isolated and put off to the side and dealing with my own trauma and hurt to become this version of myself. So don't look at whatever you're going through as a failure because you're not seeing immediate benefits from whatever you're working towards or looking at. You need to look at what you're planting that seed and preparing and cultivating the land for tomorrow, because most seeds, they don't sprout right away, or if they do, it just depends on the plant. But I'm just trying to say that do the work. It works. It helps. It helps you become that version of yourself you never imagined or fathomed could be possible. Because let me tell you, who I am now versus who I was 10 years ago, completely day and night to me. Like, people that rocked with me 10 years ago, they know about my life. They know about who I was. And who I am now is so different. So different. So, just God giving me that analogy and showing me that He had been preparing me. He'd been cultivating the land. He'd been working in me. He'd been watering me. He'd been, shining His sun upon me. He had been, doing all the things that needed to be done in that season so that I could be at the space and place where I could grow and become something more than I thought I could possibly become. Whatever I'm becoming, I thank Him for, because the vision is not 100% clear. But even if I stay here and I don't ever change ever again, which I hope that doesn't happen, because you know what, evolution is inevitable and it is necessary. But I'm so content with who I have become because of what God had done in that season. So don't discount or discredit those seasons of isolation, those seasons of, you're not seeing the fruits of your labor, because you're sowing in that season for a fruitful production in the next season. So I just want to encourage you to just keep working hard, keep doing the work, keep doing the internal work, the external work, having the conversations that need to be had, crying out to God, focusing on His presence, healing and reflecting upon who you are, who you're becoming, who are you, and how is it aligning with what your beliefs are. And how are you going to propel that or use that as stepping stones to become the next version of yourself? These are the things that I confront myself with daily. And I pray that you reflect and think about these things and have God, divine conversations with people or with just God, so that there can be a mighty revelation within your spirit, because God cares about every single thing that you're going through. He cares about those, dry seasons. And He cares about the fruitful seasons. And we need to get to a place that regardless of the season that we're in, we're still producing. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I love you. Take care. God bless. Peace.